Welcome back to Living 808. National Drive Electric Week is coming up, and today we're learning more about the benefits of driving an electric vehicle. Joining us to talk about it from Blue Planet Foundation, we now welcome Kiani Bai Jones. Thank you for appearing on Living 808 today.
Hi, nice to be here.
Well, let's start by talking more about Blue Planet Foundation. People probably come across it, but let's talk about Blue Planet Foundation and your involvement with Drive Electric Hawaii.
Yeah, of course. So Blue Planet Foundation is a local nonprofit organization, and we're committed to helping Hawaii advance towards a 100% clean energy future. And since 2/3 of our imported fossil fuel use goes towards transportation, we know that it's critical to address this sector in order to achieve our clean energy goals. So in 2016, Blue Planet, along with a number of other organizations, including Hawaiian Electric and Ulupono Initiative, came together to form Drive Electric Hawaii with the mission of increasing the awareness and the adoption of electric vehicles throughout the state. So we do this through collaboration, education and outreach, hosting community events, and just being a go-to resource for all things electric vehicle related.
Well, next week happens to be National Drive Electric Week. Can you tell us more about what is planned for that?
Definitely. So National Drive Electric Week is a week-long nationwide celebration to raise awareness of the benefits of electric vehicles. And Blue Planet and Drive Electric Hawaii are hosting a number of virtual events. The first one is going to be a webinar on Saturday, September 25th. And this one will be featuring industry speakers. It's called The State of EVs in Hawaii, and we will hear about where we are, where we're going, including with our charging infrastructure. On Tuesday, September 28th, we'll be hosting a virtual trivia night. So this will be a great opportunity for people to get their family and friends together, form a team, or even join on their own, and just join in on some friendly trivia competition. We'll be giving away prizes, and it'll just be a really fun night. And then finally on October 2nd, Saturday as well, we'll be having a second webinar called Will an EV Work for Me? And this will really answer all of the questions that people may have about electric vehicles and whether it's going to work for them. They'll hear from EV owners who come from a variety of different living situations to hear about their experiences.
A lot of people are getting in on the electric vehicles, of course, with gas prices going up. That is certainly impacting it. Now, you're talking about raising awareness of the benefits of electric vehicles. What are some of those benefits that you'd like to share with our audience today?
So the first benefit, which I hope everybody knows, is that electric vehicles are just better for the environment than gas-powered cars. This is because they have zero tailpipe emissions, they're highly efficient vehicles, and they're just getting cleaner the more and more that we produce our electricity from renewables. The second thing is that EVs can save you money. So even though these vehicles have a little bit of a higher upfront cost for now, there's the federal tax credit incentive available, as well as a affordable used EV market available as well. But you'll really save on those ongoing costs. So EVs are cheaper to fuel than gas cars. You could save hundreds of dollars a year by switching to fueling from electricity. And also, they require very little maintenance. So there are fewer moving parts in the vehicle. There's no engine fluids. And even the brake pads last a lot longer thanks to something called regenerative braking. And then lastly, EVs are just really fun to drive. They have a faster pickup acceleration than gas cars because of something called instant torque from the electric motors. It's just a really smooth drive and just very quiet. We always encourage people, if they haven't driven an EV, to hop in a car and test drive one.
Well, that said, do you think there are some common misconceptions that people out there might have?
Yeah, definitely. I think one that maybe was true a few years ago, but is no longer true, is that EVs are small or impractical. And in the reality now, we have so many different options, and EVs just come in all shapes and sizes. There's a number of SUV models available, and we even have pickup trucks on the horizon, which is very exciting because in Hawaii, we know people love their pickup trucks. And then I think the second misconception I would say is people may be concerned that in order to own an EV, they have to have special and expensive equipment installed in their garages. But EVs, they come with a electrical cord that can be plugged into a standard 3-prong outlet. And with overnight charging, you can usually get enough of a charge to cover your daily commute. that depends on your driving behavior. And if you need to supplement or you just don't have access to a plug at home, there's a large and growing network of publicly available EV charging stations across Hawaii as well.
Well, we thank you for coming on and telling us a little bit more about what people can experience. Can you, again, tell them where they can go to find out about those events and webinars and so forth?
Definitely. So if you visit ndewhawaii.com, you can find more information and register for our events for National Drive Electric Week.
Thank you, Kiana Bai, joining us from Blue Planet Foundation. We appreciate having you on Living 808 and for spreading the word that's good for our environment and also for our pocketbooks.